young talent in music and art. TheSkyKid.com. You know it.
Want to play with you?
Com featured article. Differences between boys and girls horror films. Horror films have traditionally been seen as a genre made for girls, but more and more, we're seeing that boys can enjoy them too. Boys will watch these films for the same reasons girls do, for the adrenaline rush and to be scared out of their wits. Boys are often seen as the heroes in horror movies, but they don't always get to do the things girls do. They aren't often given a chance to be vulnerable and scared, so this could be why some people say that boys don't enjoy coming-of-age horror movies. The unique flavor of coming-of-age films with male leads. Coming-of-age horror movies with boys as protagonists have a unique flavor that those with female protagonists do not. First, the coming-of-age horror movies with boys as protagonists are atypical. Most of them are about family and involve familial themes like secrets, violence and death. Those with girls as protagonists, on the other hand, typically have more domestic themes. Second, these movies usually involve a protagonist who is bullied or tormented by their peers. This is not often seen in films about girls or films with female leads. Third, they tend to center around the fear of being alone in the world, and often take place in secluded places. The contrast between this feeling and the reality of their lives is what makes these movies so intriguing. But where do the differences lie? Boys' coming-of-age horror movies are different from those with girls because male protagonists are usually not allowed to show fear or vulnerability. In many cases, they have to save everyone else and fight back against the monster. And, while this can often make for a very entertaining movie, it also means that male viewers end up underrepresented in these films. Men are more likely to show a physiological response to horror films than women. This is because when men are under stress, they produce more testosterone, which makes them more prone to feelings of fear. Women, on the other hand, produce less testosterone and often take comfort in social bonds which make them feel safe. Additionally, coming-of-age horror flicks with males as the main protagonist are often more violent, with intense emotional scenes. The characters in these films are often trying to deal with their own inner demons and be independent. They are usually more mature than their female counterparts, who have less depth to them. Why boy-themed horror films work so well. The first and most obvious reason why boy-themed horror films work is because of the target audience. Boys in particular are attracted to these types of genre films, so it is more than likely that they will also be attracted to the toys, clothing, comics, etc. that go along with them. The second reason these films work is because they follow a formula that has been successful for decades now. The monster wants to kill a group of people and then return back into a deep pit or hole in the ground. These types of films are always popular at Halloween, and it's easy to see why, considering that this is when children, young boys, want to dress up and pretend they're fighting off scary creatures themselves.